Vucevic, Terrence Ross comes in for Jonathan Isaac, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz.
When we face adversity, it's important to take care of each other. To help keep you on the road, the Chevy Certified Service Experts are here and ready to help. If you require parts, maintenance, or repairs, go to ChevyCares.com to learn more.
There's 14 seconds left in the first.
What's up, guys? Welcome back once again to the Gaming Careers YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about green screens and how you can use a green screen in your stream so you can do cool things. Actually, one sec. Like this. Now obviously I'll throw some other examples of streamers using a green screen and some of the creative ways that they have used them to incorporate some funny or epic moments into their stream. But in this video we're going to be going through why you want to use a green screen for your stream, what equipment you need exactly, and I'm going to be covering different budgets for this, so right from the cheapest way of implementing a green screen up to something more expensive like the Elgato green screen that I've got. We're also going to be talking about how you can use a green screen in OBS and Streamlabs OBS, so exactly how you set it up to chroma key out the background. And finally, I'll be going over some tips and tricks for lighting and exactly how you want to set up your green screen to make sure you get the crispest image. All of that coming up. So obviously the main purpose of having a green screen is to be able to cut your talent out from their background, and then you can overlay that talent on, your game, or maybe it's your desktop or your Twitch chat or whatever you want to do. But the idea is that you can have both your talent and some sort of background in the same shot, posited one above the other. So what you're going to need to be able to achieve this look is obviously a camera of some sort. This can be a webcam, it can be a camera plugged into an Elgato Camlink like mine is, and basically the higher resolution, the more detail you're going to get and the better quality the cut between the talent and the green is going to be. So I would recommend certainly using one of the higher end webcams to achieve really great results. Something like the Logitech C920, which is often recommended. I've been recommending it in my kits for absolutely ages, will do absolutely brilliantly. Or if you have the luxury of being able to use an actual camera, mirrorless or DSLR plugged into a capture device like the Elgato Camlink, then that will do even better. In terms of the actual green screen, it's one of those things that's going to be completely dependent on your budget. Here on Amazon I found 3 different types of green screen for 3 different budgets, so hopefully one of these will be perfect for you. At the start we've got these sort of foldable green or blue screens that they sort of fold up into a circle, similar to some of those
Yo, what's up, Taco?
Camping and festivals and things like that. So they pack away nice and small, but when they actually open up, they open up to a decent size. The difficulty with these is that they have to be, hung or placed against the wall or something like that. So these are really great if you have the ability to be able to hang it or to be able to put it against the wall, if that is what your streaming setup is. But they're super cheap, and you can't really go wrong with something like this for $40. Next up, you have the traditional green screen, which is the green material. This one here is nice and large, about 15 feet. Comes with 3 clips, but you would need to have a place to secure it to. Most of you, I imagine, would have to purchase something like this, sort of a studio rail, which is 2.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it right now.
Through the green screen. These are pretty much what the traditional green screen setup is. Something nice and large. Does take up quite a bit of room. We can pack down quite quickly, unless you're going to leave it up. This is traditional, sort of around the $50–$60 when you factor in both the stand as well as the green screen. And then finally we have what I have, which is the new Elgato green screen. It's probably been out for 6 months or so now. Super handy, super convenient. Packs all the way down into its body. Has its own support beams at the back, so you can set it to any height. I've absolutely loved the product, but it is on the pricey side. So
Yeah, I'm working on something new,
ideal solution,
my boy.
isn't really any competitor for it in terms of how convenient it is and how quickly it packs away and you can set it up. But
I'm just trying to check it out right quick.
some people, this might be out of budget. The last bit of equipment that you're going to need is some decent lighting. Now, you might not think that lighting is a key aspect in terms of a green screen, but you actually need to be able to light both your talent or your subject, yourself, I would imagine, as well as the green screen separately to make sure that you have that consistent green color, which is going to make it much easier when it comes to chroma keying it out. I've got a couple of examples here on Amazon. The Neewer 160, it's a very popular light for filmmakers. It gets very, very bright even in such a small panel. Or something like the Viltrox panel as well. There's so many of these LED light kits on Amazon that I'm sure you can find one that is large enough for you. But the main purpose obviously is to be able to light yourself as well as your green screen independently. So you might need to pick up a couple of these kits. A couple of tips to do with the actual lighting. The further away the green screen is from the talent, so the bigger the distance between the talent and the green screen, the less harsh the shadows are going to be. So if you're stood right next to your green screen, like you may have to be, you're going to get harsher shadows, and in that case you probably are going to want to light the green screen separately with a second light source. Before we jump into OBS and Streamlabs OBS, one tip would be that you don't want the green screen to be too narrow when surrounding your talent or yourself. You want to have some leeway so that the person on screen can, raise their hands and things like that without their hands being cut off because of the narrow green screen. The second thing worth mentioning is that keying out in OBS or any of these programs is actually quite CPU intensive. So if you are struggling to keep frame rates and not drop frames anyway, you might consider maybe just having a normal webcam without any keying, because it is a CPU intensive task. Your computer is having to do all the processing of removing that background information. So just bear that in mind if you're having any issues. Okay, so here we are in OBS, and the first thing that we want to do probably is just to play around with the cropping of our webcam to make sure that it's completely surrounded by green. I've just got an example scene set up here with a picture of Fortnite, just as if I was playing it, and my webcam camera in the bottom corner. So the first thing we want to do is crop the webcam to make sure that we are completely surrounded by green, and this section just here where you can see some of my background shelving unit isn't shown. So to do that, you can hold down the Alt key and drag in any of the areas that you want to crop out. So I'm just going to drag in the sides a little bit so they're surrounded by green, and the top just a touch. And there we go. Now I am completely surrounded by green. Background
So I got to see what's going on.
But it's a pretty good attempt. So next we're going to be looking at removing this green background so that I can sit just on top of the game layer. To do that, we want to come down to the camera source here, or your webcam source, right click and go to filters. Now you can see in the effect filters list we do actually have the LUT that we set up a couple of weeks ago. So if you haven't yet watched that video of how to add filters and LUTs to your webcam to change the look, make them look a little bit more cinematic, do go and check out that video. I'll link it up in the top card. But we're just going to have that disabled for now, and we're going to come and add a new effect filter by clicking the plus icon and selecting chroma key. Obviously you can name this whatever you want. Chroma key works for me, so I'm just going to leave it at its default and click OK. Now you can see as soon as I click OK, OBS has applied its default settings, which is a green chroma key, and you can see it's done a pretty decent job really. If you look down in the bottom corner where it's already been cropped, it's not bad. There's a little bit of green on my shoulders and in my hair. Obviously blonde hair and light coloured t-shirts aren't ideal to wear for this, but I thought I would challenge myself and get the settings perfect for you guys. So first option that we have is this key colour type, and you have the choice between green, blue, magenta, as well as a custom colour. This is just the colour of the screen behind you that you're wanting to remove. So the most typical ones are green and blue. Obviously they've got the option of a magenta, or by keying in your custom colour, if you know exactly what it is, or you can use the colour picker. I've actually found that for the Elgato green screen that I'm using, the green one seems to work the best. So I'm going to leave it at green and then move on to the other options. Similarity is on a scale of 1 to 1000. So if you drag this left and right, you can see it's choosing how similar of a colour to the green that they've got set you want to remove. So if I lower this, you can see that some of the darker areas in the bottom corners of my green screen are still showing. So you want to get this to the point where all the green screen is removed, but none of your t-shirt or your body or your face. So
Yo, what it is?
400 seems to work quite well for me. Next we have smoothness, and this is how smooth of the
I'm trying to edit this page, man.
removing any of your t-shirt
It's tough.
or your hair by going too high. So
It's tough. I'm trying to see something real quick.
On your setup and your lighting and all those kind of things. You can key color spill reduction. This is just trying to reduce the amount of spill you might appear on the shoulders or in the hair. Certainly if you have blonde hair, it's a little bit more difficult. So you're just trying to remove that spill of green from those areas. And that looks pretty decent actually there. Finally, you have some options for opacity, contrast, brightness, gamma, those kind of things. I'm going to leave these all as default. Feel free to play around if you need to. And then if you just hit close, and you can see that has now applied my green screen.
Hey man.
How clear that is. If I hold my hand up especially, you can see straight through my fingers onto the green screen. There is still a little bit of green colour in my hair. So
Whenever you give that boy back his account,
fine-tuning to make sure that that is removed. But bearing in mind that I haven't set up any sort of lights just specifically for the background here, and I've tried to make it as challenging as possible by wearing a light t-shirt and obviously having blonde hair, I think that looks pretty decent. I'm just going to go back in and just play a tiny bit just to try and remove that green from my hair. So I should be able to play around with the colour spill a little bit and maybe the smoothness as well. And there you go, you can see it's reduced now. And then if you went back to apply your LUT, you can see that even looks even better. So there I am in the bottom corner of my screen. Obviously if I put my hands on the outside of where I've got my camera, that's going to remove, so I want to try and remain in this frame as much as possible. But there I am in the bottom corner of my Fortnite game example. If Streamlabs OBS is your streaming software of choice, the process is exactly the same as it's part of that core OBS functionality that was originally moved across into Streamlabs OBS. So all you have to do is find your webcam or your camera source, right click, filters, find the color key and make sure you dial in the settings to be able to remove your background without removing any of your subject. Another really important point is that you want your subject not to be wearing any of the color that your background is. So if your background is green, avoid wearing any green, as that will also be removed. So if you have a green logo on your t-shirt or something like that, that's obviously also going to be removed. Another bonus tip for OBS and Streamlabs OBS is it's not just video capture devices that you can apply the color keying to. You could also do it to video. So if you find some videos on the internet that have a green screen, you can also apply the color key in OBS or Streamlabs OBS to a video. One last thing I will mention is if you are using a webcam that has sort of some drivers installed and does things with auto white balance, you're probably going to want to jump into those options and disable it. Because when auto white balance is enabled, sometimes it's going to mess up what the green looks like. And obviously OBS is looking for a specific color of green to remove from the keying. So if it's going to keep changing white balance because of this auto white balance setting within the webcam, that's going to mess it up. So make sure you disable that. The last thing that I will mention is just to raise the question, do you actually want to remove your background from your live stream? A lot of people find that having a background with, some things on shelving units, I know I don't have anything interesting on there yet, but over time I'd like to think that I'm going to build up, parts of my personality and have them on the shelving unit. So maybe a green screen isn't right for you, but if it is, I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, a massive thanks to the patrons this month who have helped fund the creation of these videos. Do check out my Patreon page if you haven't already, and subscribers, I will see you in the next video. Peace. Let's say that you just picked up a brand new Logitech webcam because you want to improve the production quality of your live stream. Maybe you picked up the ever popular Logitech C9. Or the 4K Logitech Rio, or maybe even the brand new Logitech StreamCam that I reviewed last night. You're excited, you open the box, you mount it to your monitor and add it to your streaming software just to be left with a feeling of disappointment. It doesn't look anything like what you thought it would do. Well, fear not, my streaming friends, because in this video we'll be showing you exactly how you can take your webcam from looking like this to looking like this, and we'll be going through all of the improvements that you can make to fix things like low frame rate, pulsing autofocus, over or under exposure, white balance, washed out or just strange looking colors, and finally, maybe most importantly, how you can actually save these settings so that you don't need to reset them every single time you restart your PC.
Don't start with all that noise.
Just before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Nerd or Die, who have just released their new stream pack called Grid, a minimal impact stream package influenced by streetwear style graphic design. It features a clean look with bold typography that's available in both Korean and English translations. With overlays, webcam frames, stinger transitions, alerts, and so much more, it contains everything you need for your stream. And as part of Nerd or Die's Supercharged collection, install it with OBS Studio, Streamlabs OBS, or Stream Elements in just a few clicks. Check it out and get 10% off using the link in the description. Okay, so right now you're looking at the image of the Sony a6400, but I've just plugged in my Logitech Brio, so let's add it as a source in OBS. It's the exact same process in Streamlabs OBS, and let's see exactly how it looks. So we come down to our sources list, click Add, Video Capture Device, I'm going to call this Brio. Click OK, and it should find the device, and as you can see straight off the bat, horrible image, wrong resolution. Sometimes you'll see these colors improve over time because it's using the auto white balance, so very red now, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 30 seconds it starts to slowly adjust and get my skin tones a little bit more correct. But this is the exact problem, right? Default settings out of the box. You want to repackage up this Logitech Brio or whatever camera you've got and send it back for a full refund because it just looks awful. But hold your horses, we can fix it. So what we're going to do is right click on our source and go to properties, which is going to bring up the camera property.
When pitting green screen in the back with your Logic camera, how do you get the background and the game captures to still work?
Properties, and the first thing that we're going to fix is this resolution and frame rate. You can see now the colours slightly getting better as the auto adjustments are coming in, but it's still 4:3 and it's not using the right frame rate. So first thing we want to do is resolution/FPS type. We want to change that to custom. Now we're going to lose our preview just because we haven't got a resolution set. I'm going to set mine to 1920 by 1080. You should see now we get the 16:9 frame fully filled. Now the Brio, as well as some other webcams, can actually run at 4K. And I wanted to quickly mention, why would you want to run your camera at a higher resolution and why would you want to run it at a lower resolution? So firstly, at a higher resolution is going to require more processing power from your computer to actually downscale that for your stream and encode it so it goes off to Twitch or wherever you're streaming to. So if you're running at 4K and you only have your webcam in the bottom corner of your gameplay and it's very small, that's probably a waste of resources. The real reason you want to use a
When changing your camera settings for Streamlabs OBS to chroma key, how do you keep the background from game capture?
resolution is if you're doing things like punching into your image and running a full screen webcam to maybe emphasize a point that you're making on the stream. If you run that at higher resolution, when you punch in, you actually won't lose any detail because you're still technically at least pixel to pixel ratio. Whereas if you are running your webcam at say 720p and you're streaming at 1080p and you punch in, then obviously you're losing some detail. So there's a benefit and a...
How's it going, everyone? John here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up game capture using Streamlabs OBS. Game capture is for those who are wanting to use PC as their primary thing to stream, and this will show you how to pull in the game for you to be able to stream it using Streamlabs OBS. Now, if you are new to the channel, be sure to go ahead and take a look around, and if you're enjoying the content, be sure to go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon as well. So, what you're going to do is create your scene, and you're going to click on the plus icon for sources, go over to game capture, and it says that built-in works with most modern computer games. So, most should be all, because there are some times when you will have to use display capture, which I covered previous video. So make sure you guys take a look at that. I'll link it in the card above, and that way you guys can see how display capture works if you're needing to know. So go ahead and click on Game Capture and give it a name. And what we're going to do here is we're going to select the capture a specific window. And this will give us another option here. So this will give you all the different windows that you can go and select. And what we're going to be looking for is Apex Legends. So we're going to click on that, and boom, there it is. Right there on screen for us. Now you can also have it to where you can capture the cursor and have the anti-cheat compatibility hook and everything like that. All that stuff's already there for you. All you really need to do is just grab the specific window and you're good to go. So you click on done, and now you're able to add everything else in. Like if you want to add in images for your overlay and everything like that, and you're good to go. But yeah, that's basic. And have the we're going to be looking for is Apex Legends. So we're going to click on that, and boom, there it is, right there on screen for us. Now you can also have it to where you can capture the cursor and have the anti-cheat compatibility hook and everything like that. All that stuff's already there for you. All you really need to do is just grab the specific window and you're good to go. So you click on done, and now you're able to add everything else in. Like if you want to add in images for your overlay and everything like that, and you're good to go. But yeah, that's basically it for the whole thing for your game capture. Very simple, very easy to do. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to go ahead and take a look at the other videos of the series and other videos on the channel. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching.
Elena, someone burned down your house with you inside. Do you know anyone that would do this?
You ask this woman to come work in our house? You don't even know her.
Sometimes you have to scorch everything to start over.
Are you just gonna pretend nothing happened?
We all have parts that scare us.
I get a lot of messages from people asking how powerful their PC needs to be in order to game and stream on the same system. And news, by the way, you don't need it to be that powerful at all. It can actually be pretty modest, and you can game and stream without dropping a single frame on your stream. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I'm going to show you 4 things that if you do this, and like literally one of them is like clicking one button, changes the world. I know that sounds too good to be true. Look, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'm running a modest build right now. I'm running a GTX 1660 and a Ryzen 5. And I will game Apex Legends, which is known for making streamers drop frames in OBS. I will game in 1440p and not drop a single frame in OBS. If you're trying to game and stream on the same PC, you need to follow these steps. These are very important. If you're not doing this, you're doing something wrong. So let's get started. Not even gonna roll the intro. Not gonna put an ad on this video because the last video I did was 26 minutes long. And I don't apologize for it because it was a good video. But to make your life a little bit easier, I'm gonna make this one 5 minutes long. So I'm hoping at least. Let's try. I'm already talking too long. Let's jump into it. Step 1, you need to know the difference between X264 and NVENC. Let me just give you some real quick basics on how those work and how those load your PC. Okay, ready? Let's go. It's basically asking the question of which processing unit do you want to encode your stream, your CPU with X264 or your GPU with NVENC. It's important that you understand which you're going to choose one, and the bottom line is, and I'm going to show you this, if you are streaming on a single PC setup, you should be using NVENC. So if you want to be gaming and streaming streaming on the same PC, you should be getting an NVIDIA graphics card, specifically one with the Turing encoders. I'll get into that in a little bit. So just so you understand how this works, your PC has two different processors in it. The central processor, the CPU, the graphics processor, or the GPU. You guys are probably familiar with that. Gaming is going to put a load on both. A heavier load on the GPU, but basically uses both processors. Then when you launch OBS, it also adds an extra load to both of them in order to render stuff, in order to process alerts, overlays, transitions, all the things that are going on. Your camera, that's all rendering, it's using both processors. Then on top of that, if you're using x264, the last process of encoding brings another load on top of your CPU. So after those two things, the gaming and the rendering, whatever's left over on your CPU is being thrown into the encoder, and hopefully you've got enough headroom. If you do, you're fine, but you've got to have a pretty nice CPU to do all that. Let me actually just prove that to you real quick. Like looking at this screen right here, I just want to show you how much processing.
Yo, what's happened? So today I'm going to show you for Tutorial Monday. That makes me want to die. I'm going to show you something I recently learned about that is making my life just a lot easier, okay? Don't comment on my hair. What I learned how to do, and I'm going to show you how to do, is use your nice camera, like this, as a webcam, like this. Okay, so the way to do this is actually somewhat simple compared to what I thought it was going to be. So the reason that I wanted to do this was so when I live streamed, I could use my nice camera as my face cam instead of my webcam. And so I have figured this out. So right now I'm using my T6i as my live streaming webcam, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So what you have to do is you have to go to Amazon or wherever you can buy something from. Canon T6i AC adapter. And you can get any one of these. It really doesn't matter which one you get. This one is Amazon's choice, so I guess go with this one. And what that does is it makes
pause. So my pause is when I take a break when I have to go for all of my templates. And this is my end screen right here. So it's the same, it just says ending. You got all my Facebook, Twitter, YouTube down here. We have our just chatting screen. My webcam's not going to show up because I'm using a different laptop to record this. I have a 2 PC setup. So up here is where my gameplay would be. Down here is, or no, sorry. So up here is where my webcam would be. Down here is where my game would be. So that way the viewers don't feel like they're left out or whatever. Top donation, latest donation, latest subscriber, latest follower. And then I got my chat up here. So all the chat people can feel like they're super happy, right? And then down here, I'll get into a little bit later, but we have our edit social media. This is how you make everything show up. We'll get into that. This is the full screen, so whenever the game is playing, this is the full screen of the game, and this is my full face. So when my webcam is plugged in, my full face. But with the Prime, you get a merch store. You get like all kinds of like stuff. You get like giveaway entries and all kinds of shit. I'm not trying to like sell it to you because I don't really care about how much money Streamlabs makes. But yeah. So we're gonna go into most install, and we're just gonna go to this Borderlands one. This Borderlands one's pretty good. It was one of my first starting ones. A lot of people probably have it. Do I care? No. It looks more professional than not having anything, right? So we're gonna go ahead and click on it, and we're gonna install the overlay. And you can have multiple overlays, so don't be afraid to install multiple as well. So in order to switch your overlay, right, you click on this little area right here, where it says Borderline by Nerd or Die or whatever. And then you have all your different overlays here. So I have my Halloween theme one that I had. I have the one that I normally use. This one is just like a basic template that I use to steal stuff all the time. And then this is the one I just downloaded. All right. So we have welcome, delete. So we're not even gonna worry about this. We're gonna remove that. I don't want that, right? The next thing we have is our starting soon, our stream BRB, our stream ending, stream intermission, and our end game. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set this up. All right, the first thing I wanna do is edit my social media. So up here we have our Twitter handle, our YouTube URL, our Facebook URL. And the way you edit that is you go over here to sources. Sources, right here. And you're gonna go ahead and your social. This one is the Twitter. We're gonna go ahead and put our Twitter handle in. Psych Mike, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. How are people gonna find you if you don't have those, right? So the next thing we want to do is find out which one of these new subscriber top donation things we want. 'Cause there's multiple ones here. So we have the one with the 3, this long one, and then the long one with the 4. So for this example, it's not really that important, to be honest. What I normally do is delete the ones I don't want. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the 3 that I don't want. I'm going to remove this one that I don't want. And I'm going to remove this one I don't want. Alright, easy peasy, lemony squeezy. So here we have our support vertical number 4. Alright, so this is the one we are going to be using. Easy. Alright, next.
Bro, it's join the mic.
Huh?
I seen you the mic.
You see me on the mic?
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Me and you and Swizz, you in the world. You friends in my neighborhood, YT Pistol P.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna join up.
You already here. You already in the neighborhood.
Alright.
Yeah, man.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, is this Shelby Daniels?
Oh, no. Wrong number.
Alright, let's go.
Yo. Yo.
Trials and tribulations you don't even know. Trials and tribulations they don't even know. Mama tell me hit my knees to pray and let it go. Mama tell me hit my knees to pray and let it go. Yeah, starving is not an option. Running up the money. Balling my occupation plus mandatory. I be damned if a nigga come and take it from me. Shots fired, bodies dropping, ambulance coming. Used to starve on the block, I had to get it right.
Jit, you ain't see that new video I dropped, Jit? Well, yeah, y'all doing a lot of traveling, boy. Well, no. I ain't doing no traveling. No, I don't know. Haha. Who that? Oh. Damn. No, he been breaking a lot lately. What you mean? Nah, yeah, that's all. I'm trying to edit this thing right quick. I gotta change the background because I'm streaming off OBS now. That's what them other guys use. I'm just not learning how to use it a little bit. Yeah, I gotta figure. I'm still trying to figure it out, man. I'm trying to play with it. Yeah, I'm been on YouTube trying to figure that shit out, man. And I don't do the same thing Lee do. do it on my own. I feel good about doing it on my own. Alright, I'll swap it. I see Jit got him a playmaking shot creator, huh? Oh, he hit that bit. Man, just let me get down here by you, man. Oh, you can't dribble with him? Alright. Jim, you should have went to the middle, man. No. Hey, man. This shit crazy. Man, I'm about to bring my goddamn point guard or something, man. Oh my god. Hold on, bro. I want. Let me be the big. Oh, good D. Oh, man. G, you got no badges with him? No D badges? You should have shot that bit, man. I would have. In here locked. No wonder. Ah. No, I don't want to do that. Oh! Oh! I just went at it again. Ah! Gee, you waited too long the first time with a good pass. I'm gonna bring my point guard if anything. niggas ain't good, right? Man, I believe we still. Man, where that noise coming from? I can. Let me see. Oh, he hit that? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Corner. Oh, man. Man. Wow. Man, hanging out. Well, what? Man. We need. They playing defense good on what we got. Yeah, shit, them boys waving us down, man. Shit.